Hey, what is up, guys? I'm going to be doing my July 2019 Blu-ray and DVD update. I do actually have a few DVDs in this haul, or this update. Some that I bought used and some that couldn't pass up the price, and then some that's actually not available on any other format. So first up, I found this at half price during the week of coupons, and this one was during the 40% off day. But anyway, I think originally it was like $12, so with a 40% off I ended up getting it for around $8, so not a bad deal. I just really wanted to watch it and didn't want to spend too much money on it, and I did realize afterwards that I could have spent $4 more or whatever and probably got it brand new, but I usually just buy my movies at Target, and Target doesn't sell it for some reason, at least not my Target. So moving on, this one was also found at half price. I might have picked it up on the same day I picked up Slender Man. I can't remember for sure, but this was on clearance for $2, and it's Saturday Night Live, the Best of Will Ferrell. This is considered Volume 1. I do have Volume 2. I actually used to have this Volume 1 and 2, but I lent both of them out. I only got one back, so never got a replacement copy, and finally came across this, and I did watch it just to make sure that there was no scratches or anything. This worked perfectly fine, so excuse me. Finally got Volume 1 back in my collection, and didn't realize, but there's also a Volume 3, so I gotta look out for that. During the 50% off day, which was, I believe, Sunday, I found this one. This, obviously, as you can see, it says $19.99, so I got it for around $10, which isn't a bad deal for 5 movies, and I can't remember which ones I've seen. I know I've seen a few of them, but I really like the first one, so what was that? Another DVD, I actually found this one brand new at Target. It was one of those movies that I even told Ben that it was one of those movies that I wanted to watch, and then it kind of dropped off the radar. I never heard about it coming out on physical media or anything like that. And yeah, I brought that up a few weeks ago, and then randomly came across it at Target. And the DVD was $7.50. There was I looked online, and it didn't actually get a Blu-ray release, except for, I think, in Germany and maybe some other country, but America did not get a Blu-ray release, so I'll have to settle for the DVD, but I did want to watch it with Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder. Then obviously I got Shazam on 4K. Unfortunately, Target didn't do the Digibook. I hope I'm not the only one that's upset about it. I do know that other countries did get a Digibook, so I don't know why exactly I can understand if they didn't make any Digibooks at all because they weren't selling, but why did other countries get it and America didn't? So unsure about that, but I did end up getting the 4K, I mean. And then I went to go visit my cousin. He was doing a housewarming thing. He got his first house, and he was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, mostly video games, mostly PlayStation 3 games, so I didn't really bother looking at the video games. I did pick up a couple of video games from him for the PS4, and then I picked up a couple of Xbox Ones from him for a friend of mine, because I go over to my friend's house, we play sometimes. But I only picked up 2 things from him as far as Blu-rays, and this was one of them. So it's Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. I don't think I've ever seen this one, so I look forward to checking that one out. And this one's actually been one that I've been looking for a while now, and it's the Family Guy trilogy, the Star Wars Family Guy trilogy. Yeah, it's actually in really good condition. I've been looking for it at like half price, try to find it really cheap, because it still goes for about $30. But every time I find it at half price, it goes for no less than $20. So like, it's not really worth it to me, but to have my cousin give it to me for free, it was worth the wait, So moving on, I did stop by Dollar Tree actually yesterday, and I finally saw some stuff. Only found one Blu-ray, so I got that, which I'll show in a second. But here's some DVDs that I picked up because I've been wanting to watch them. I figured for $1 couldn't pass them by for something that I really wanted to watch, and I could always upgrade later. This one actually doesn't have a Blu-ray release, so and it is one that I've been wanting to get, and that's Noobs here on DVD. It's about a guy who, I can't remember if he's married to her or whatever, but he ends up his relationship ends up breaking apart because he is too busy playing video games, and his buddies decide to get to cheer him up or something. They get together to go to a tournament or whatever. So it's a bunch of guys that get together, and I've never seen it, but I've always wanted to watch it just because of Jason Mewes. So yeah, anyway, here goes that. Here goes another one that I've been wanting to watch for a long time, and that's Sushi Girl, here on DVD. Again, for $1, couldn't pass it up. And I've been wanting to check this one out because I heard a lot of good things about it back when it first came out, and of course I'm a big fan of Mark Hamill, Tony Todd too, so there goes that. This one really sad about Rutger Hauer, but he actually just passed away, and I happened to come across this. Another one that I've been wanting to get, and it's long overdue, honestly. Heard nothing but fun things about this one, so I look forward to actually checking it out. But that's Hobo with a Shotgun, and I did come across it with it's the 2-disc collector's edition, and it says digital copy. I ended up the digital copy did end up working, so I do have it on my iTunes account, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, there goes that. And then here goes the one Blu-ray that I was able to find, which is Josie. Didn't know anything about it, but I did read the back, and it did sound pretty interesting, so I do look forward to checking that one out. The only thing I really know Sophie Turner from is Game of Thrones, and I didn't really care for her there. And then, of course, the X-Men films, the couple that she did. Anyway, moving on. I actually found these at Walmart. The first one was $7.50, and that's Armageddon here on Blu-ray. Just didn't have it in my collection, and I came across it. It's not something that I come across in store very often, so I just figured pick it up. And then these two. This one I've been wanting to get in my collection for a while, and Walmart had it for $5, so I decided might as well bite the bullet and pick it up. And that's Mama. It is an upgrade. I do have it on DVD, so there goes that. And then here goes one of those almost said Scream Factory, but Mill Creek releases that I wanted to get. Triple feature again for $5, so really couldn't pass it up. And it has I Know What You Did Last Summer, Vacancy, and When a Stranger Calls, the remake. So wanted to pick that up for a while since it came out a few months back. So came across it and finally picked that up. Moving on, actually went to that local place here, Games Plus, and they had a deal going on, up to 5 purchases. It was video games and movies, so of course I went with movies, but up to 5 purchases was 10% off the entire total. I did come across this one. I believe it was $10, but the prices don't really matter because the grand total was $47 for all 5 of these movies that I'm about to show you. They were all brand new, so they were unopened and everything like that. So anyway, first up is 5 Feet Apart on Blu-ray. The second one is Escape Plan, The Extractors. I started watching this and kind of dozed off about halfway through, so I'm going to have to rewatch it again. But I am a bit of a sucker for these, and actually this one in particular I wanted to check out because right now his name is escaping me, but the kid who plays the live action Casper, he was kind of bigger in the 90s and early 2000s. He's from Final Destination. He actually comes out in here. I'm gonna go crazy if I don't remember his name, so let me actually look that up real fast. Devon Sawa. I don't know why that his name was escaping me, but anyway, yeah, he comes out in here, and he's been kind of away from acting for a few years, so he's done a few things, but I just wanted to check it out because I follow him on Twitter and Instagram or whatever. And so these next 3, I was actually really surprised. Again, like I said, they were all brand new, and they actually were clearance for $10. And the guy said that he just clearanced them right before I walked in. So there goes Toy Story 4K, Toy Story 2 4K, and then I think you know where I'm going with this. Toy Story 3 4K. They were all clearance for $10 a piece, so I really couldn't pass it up. It was totally worth a trip just for those. Moving on to the last 2 things, I believe. Yeah, the last 2 things I got. First up, I did a little video about it, but Alita Battle Angel. I actually did watch it today, and I actually thought it was really good. Unfortunately, I hate when movies think they go into the movie thinking that they're going to get a sequel, and unfortunately, from everything that I've seen, it's really not good. It's not likely that we're going to get a sequel for Alita, just because critically wise, it actually got great critic reviews. I think they're in the 70s, but as far as financial, it pretty much broke even. I know a lot of people don't really understand that if a movie was made for like 170, like this one was, and made 400 and I think it was like 410 million back, they think that they in the profit, but actually that's more just about breaking even to very little of a profit after everything's said and done, when you look at advertising and all that stuff. Anyway, so it just doesn't look like it's likely, but I do hope that we do get a sequel, even if that means they have to make the second film for less than the first film was made for. Hopefully they can work something out, but I actually did like it, so there goes that. And then another one that I had fun with, it wasn't great. Some of the CGI wasn't amazing, but I did have fun with it, and that's Hellboy here on 4K. Yeah, anyways, there goes my pickups, guys, for July. Please tell me what you thought down below, and I'll see you guys next time.